about the chemical equation and chemical reaction. Today we will talk about the reaction between elements. The chemical reaction is breaking the existing bond between the atoms of molecules in the reactant and forming a new bond between the atoms of the molecules of products. Look at this chemical reaction between magnesium and atmospheric oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Burn iron and magnesium vapor and atmospheric oxygen. The heat energy breaks the bond between oxygen molecule and form a new bond between magnesium and oxygen. Look at this reaction. 2Mg react with molecule of oxygen, and by heat energy it will form a new bond between MgO magnesium oxide. But there is two molecules of magnesium oxide. The bond between oxygen is double covalent bond. The heat energy breaks the bond between oxygen and form a new bond between magnesium atom and form a new compound as magnesium oxide. Two molecules of magnesium oxide, and this is an ionic bond. Okay? Number 2, the chemical equation. Chemical equation. What's meant by equation? Equation is a set of symbols or chemical formula that represents the reactant and the product molecules in the chemical reaction, and it represents about conditions. The chemical equation is a set of atoms or chemical formula that represent about the reactant and the product that in chemical reaction, and represents about the conditions of chemical reaction as well. We have two types of equation: word equation and symbolic equation. Word equation, if I say magnesium and oxygen, heat energy to form magnesium oxide. This is a word equation, but this is the symbolic equation. Number 2, the equation must be balanced. Balanced? What does it mean? It means the atom of reactant equals the atom of product. The atom of magnesium is 2 atoms, and in product we have 2 atoms of magnesium, and oxygen we have 2 atoms of oxygen, and in product we have 2 atoms of oxygen. Okay, so this equation is balanced equation. Okay, look at this equation. The chemical reaction between hydrogen atoms and oxygen molecule to form water. We use 4 atoms of hydrogen and reacted 4 hydrogen atoms, and in product 4 hydrogen atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4. And oxygen molecule, we have 2 atoms of oxygen and reacted, and in product we have 2 oxygen atoms. Okay, so this equation is balanced equation. Because of what? Because the number of atoms in the reactant of the element laws in chemical reaction. The first is law of conservation of matter, and the second is the law of concentration. The first, the sum of reactant masses in any chemical reaction equals the sum of product masses. Look at this reaction. The mass of reactant equals 92.95 gram and the mass of product 92.95 gram. So the mass of reactant equals the mass of product. So this reaction achieves the law of conservation of matter. Okay? The second law is the law of concentration. The chemical compound is formed from what? Formed from the combination of the element by a constant weight ratio. If we make a chemical reaction between oxygen and mercury, we will use 7 grams of oxygen combined with 93 grams of mercury to form 100 grams mercury oxide. By increasing the mass of oxygen into 10 grams and with the same mass of mercury, it will form 100 grams of mercury oxide and remains 3 grams of oxygen without reaction. Okay? Thank you. Goodbye.